Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will presenting about operating segment MFRS 8 and interim financial reporting MFRS 134. Before we begin, let me introduce the group members. Amelia Maisara, Farah Wahida, Syah Putri Sazwani, and Ali Emeline. First, let me tell you the background of Top Glove Corporation Berhad. The company was founded in 1991 by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wichai in Malaysia. It started as a small local business with only one factory and a single production line. Today, Top Glove has expanded its manufacturing operation across several countries including Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and China, with its headquarters located in Shah Alam. Moving on to products and services, Top Glove produces a wide range of gloves such as natural rubber latex, vinyl, and surgical gloves. These gloves are used in various industries including medical, food handling, and clean room environments. In addition, the company also offers non-glove products like face masks, condoms, and latex-based items, as well as household cleaning solutions. Next, I will explain what MFRS 134 interim financial reporting is. MFRS 134 refers to interim financial reporting, which means financial reports prepared for a period shorter than a full financial year. Examples include quarterly or half-yearly reports. These reports help companies provide updates on their financial performance throughout the year instead of waiting until the year end. One of the key characteristics of MFRS 134 is timeliness. It focuses on providing investors and other users with more current and relevant financial information, allowing them to make better decisions. And the main objective of this standard is to set out the minimum content required in an interim financial report. It also provides guidelines on how to recognize and measure financial information, whether the report is complete or in condensed format. In addition, companies are encouraged to release their interim reports within 60 days after the end of the interim period, this to ensure that the information remains useful and up-to-date. In summary, MFRS 134 plays an important role in improving transparency and keeping stakeholders informed throughout the financial year.
For the first significant event, we can see a strong improvement in Top Glove financial performance. Revenue increased from Rm 2.51 billion in 2024 to Rm 3.49 billion in 2025, which represents a 39% growth. At the same time, the company recorded a profit after tax of Rm 122.8 million compared to a loss of Rm 21.4 million in the previous year. This clearly shows that the company has returned to profitability. Overall, this improvement was driven by a higher sales volume and better operational efficiency, which strengthened the company's financial performance. The second significant transaction is related to financing activities. Top Glove redeemed its perpetual suku amounting to Rm 1.18 billion and issued a new Rm 800 million suku, which is classified as borrowing. Previously, the suku was classified as equity, so this represents a shift from equity financing to debt financing. As a result, this led to a major change in the company's capital structure, reduced long-term financial obligation, and affected the company's gearing and overall financial position. This table shows the interim reporting periods for both the current and comparative financial statement. For the current period, the financial position is reported as at 31st August 2025, while the comparative period is as at 31st August 2024. For the statement of profit or loss and cash flow, the periods are ended 31st August 2025 and 31st August 2024 respectively. For changes in equity, the current period covers 1st September 2024 to 31st August 2025, while the comparative period covers 1st September 2023 to 31st August 2024. Presenting both current and comparative periods allow users to make meaningful comparisons and better understand the company's financial performance over time.
Background for Kossan Rubber Sedam Berhad. It is founded in 1979, established by Tan Sri Datuk Lim Kuang Siah, initially specialized in technical rubber product for marine industry. Main pillars. First, glove division. Next, technical rubber or TRP. And lastly, clean room product. Global footprint. An annual production capacity of 32 billion glove with export to over 190 countries. What is operating segment? An operating segment is defined as a component of the entities. First, they engage in business activities from which it may earn revenue and incur expense. In other words, the segment is actively involved in the company's operation. Next, whose operating results are regularly reviewed by the entity chief operating maker to evaluate performance and support decision making. Third, for which discrete financial information is available, such as revenue, expense, or profit for that segment so that its performance can be measured clearly. Definition and role of chief operating decision making, CODM. Under MFRS 8 operating segment, the CODM does not have to be a specific job title. It refers to the person or group that perform the function of making key operating decisions in the company. Next, the CODM is responsible for allocating company resources such as budget, manpower, and assets. Who can be the chief operating decision maker or CODM? It can be CEO, COO, Group Managing Director, and Managing Committee. In Kossan rubber industry Berhad, the role of chief operating decision maker is performed by the Group Managing Director, Tan Sri Dato' Lim Kuang Sia. He is responsible for reviewing the company's operating performance, making strategic business decisions, and allocating resources to different business segments.
Next, there are two types of segmental reporting used by Kossan rubber industry Berhad, which are business segment and geographical segment under MFRS 8 operating segment. Business segment under MFRS 8, the business segment is a component of entity that provide information on different business operation within the company, usually based on the nature of its product or service. These segments are managed separately because each segment requires different technology and marketing strategy. This helps users identify which division or product lines contribute the most to the company revenue and profit. In Kossan Berhad financial report, the business segment include technical rubber product, glove, clean room product, and others. Under the financial report, show that the glove segment generate the higher revenue in 2024 with 1,006,149 ringgit, an increase from last year at 1,028,992, which made the highest contribute among business line. The technical rubber segment generate the total revenue of 2,000,1,559 in 2024, which is slightly decreased from 2,004,1,592 in 2023. And then the clean room product segment revenue of in 2024 40,493, increasing from last year at 159. And lastly, under product did not contribute any revenue for both years. The total segment revenue increased to 1,020 to 777 in 2024 to 116 in 2023. For geographical segment, this focus on the company performance across different regions or country, where each region may face a different economic risk and return. It reflects a revenue asset and sometimes profitability from each location. This company based on the location of its sales office, which are in Malaysia and outside Malaysia. From the financial report, the sales office located in Malaysia for the export market contribute the higher revenue in 2024 with 1,736,518 ringgit, an increase from last year at 1,419,230 ringgit. One sales office in Malaysia for local market in 2024 contribute in revenue of 30,430 ringgit in 2024, which is also increased from last year at 127,156 ringgit. Meanwhile, sales office located outside Malaysia contribute 49,230 ringgit in 2024, up from 44,657 ringgit in the previous year. This segment helps users understand a company performance across different location area. This shows how each product group perform and which segment contribute the most to the company overall performance. For additional information to identify whether a segment is reportable segment or not reportable, we can use 10% threshold test or 75% rules. For 10% threshold, this is referred to 10% quantitative criteria used to determine whether segment should be reported separately. They have a category which are revenue, result or profit, and asset. An operating segment is considered reportable if its revenue, asset or profit or loss is at least 10% of the company total revenue, total asset or total greater of its combined profit or loss of all segments. If these thresholds are not met, the segment can still be reported separately or it can be combined with other similar segments under other segment. Next is 75% rules. After identifying a reportable segment, the company ensures that the total external revenue that reported must be at least 75% of the entity's total external revenue. If the 75% rule is not met, the company should include additional segment as reportable until the segment at least 75% of the total external revenue is included in the reportable segment. Lastly, for MFRS 8, the key of segmented reporting for financial statement users, I will provide two key. Firstly, improve transparency for better discussion making. For companies are required to disclose separately financial information for each operating segment. This allows users like investors the ability to identify which segment is profitable, underperforming, or which may require greater capital investment. For example, in their annual report, the company disclosed the performance of a main segment including glove, technical rubber product, and clean room. The company also include a profit for the year for each segment. From that, it is clear that the glove segment is the primary contributor to overall performance because total revenue growth is higher than other segment. This enables investors to make more informed discussion on whether to invest in the company. Next key is support strategy planning and risk assessment. Segmental reporting providing detailed insight into each segment performance. This enables management to make effective long-term discussion such as expanding profitable, improving operation efficiency, and reducing costs. Based on annual report of Kossan we can see a clear strategic direction from geographical segment information, include revenue from local and export market. From the data, their export revenue show us more higher than local revenue, which their growth is tied to global demand rather than the Malaysian economy. Other than that, the non-current asset located in Malaysia showing the main operation still concentrate locally. From this, management can plan strategy for expanding export market or increasing production capacity. At the same time, they may consider diversifying its market to reduce dependence and minimize risk. Lastly, for summarize, under MFRS 134 interim financial reporting require companies to prepare condensed financial statement for a period shorter than a full financial year, such as quarterly or half-year report, and to include important updates like segment information. Under MFRS 8 operating segment, require companies to report operating segment based on the internal report reviewed by the Chief Operating Discussion Maker, COTM. An operating segment is a business unit that has its own revenue, expenses, and financial information. This approach improves transparency, relevance, and help users better understand the company performance and how management make discussion.